Well, at least I have the H2 on. Okay. Now I'm going to start it. Here we go.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
You're listening to Catholic Weekend, episode number 227 for the week ending Saturday, June 14th, 2014. Is that right? Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Catholic Weekend. I'm Captain Jeff Nielsen, here in Roswell, Georgia, and joining me today, not in Conyers, Georgia, but in sunny Miami, Florida.
Yes, in the home of Gloria Stefan with my nice little music. Hi,
Does she know that you're in her home?
She does know that I'm home. I'm right over on the multi-million-dollar neighborhood of the Stefans and Oprah Winfrey and everybody else.
All right. Well,
911.
And let's see. Also joining us. And Steve is in some famous Oklahoman's house.
No.
Right? No,
just a house.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. Happy Flag Day. Woo-hoo.
Oh, Flag Day. Awesome. Okay. And from the heart of Texas, San Antonio, home of the Spurs, I believe.
Amen, brother.
Angela Ciolata.
That was Maria, just for the audio listeners. Wow. She's a little bit jealous.
Oh, man.
Hi, guys.
Speaking of rude, here's Sarah Vabulous, the Catholic Drinky.
Oh, that might be the best transition ever.
Let's listen to Toto for a little bit. That's a great song. Okay. That's it. The whole gang here. We have no special guests today because, darn it, we don't need a darn special guest because we're special.
You're special, Jeff.
Well, that's what they tell me. And the old little short special bus and all that. So
we always have to be on our best behavior when you have guests. So
I know. That's no fun.
Sometimes it's nice not to have one. It's like sitting in your living room.
You know what? Not only are every one of you here on the panel special, but everybody in our audience. Let me take a look here. All right. And nobody is in our audience at this moment.
Yay!
We're so loved.
Wait, Lynn is.
Actually, we're broadcasting in front of my parents, so they're just looking at me quizzically like, wow, you do this on purpose every week.
Well, I take that back. Hello, Mike. We have Mike and Father Corey and Stephanie Zimmer.
There's 9 people in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I didn't refresh my screen. So sorry. And so every one of you.
Don't know how to use this thing.
I don't know computers and technology. Sorry. Every one of you there in the chat room, hello, and we think that you are all special.
Yes, and including the tens of thousands of people that will download this episode.
Millions, actually.
In the next.
Millions.
Billions.
Billions.
Tens of billions and billions. Remember that?
Hundreds of billions of people.
You mean the 5 people that download?
In the 5s and 1s. That's how many people, right?
I have hopes that Pope Francis will listen to this someday.
I hope that he doesn't.
We should follow
when he learns English.
No, he could listen to us to learn English, you guys.
Oh, right. That would be unfortunate for the rest of the world.
Oh,
so Maria,
that would be great.
Vocabulary he picks
starts
up from us.
throwing out some y'alls and things like that. That would be awesome.
Hey Maria, you're down in Miami where they're holding the World Cup soccer, right?
Oh yeah, right. Okay. we're all mourning that Spain got outed by, of all places, the Netherlands. Fantastic.
Those those Dutch boys are good players.
Yeah, too much orange for my taste.
Yeah.
Hey, I like orange.
I know.
Well, orange is the new orange.
Orange.
So, tell us, Miss Maria, why are you just visiting family down there in Miami? I
I'm
guess, right?
just visiting family. There's nothing going on other than just hanging with the parentals.
Sweet.
And stuffing my face with pastelitos.
Ooh, that sounds good. I have no idea what they are, but it sounds good. And it's kind of cool because tomorrow is a special day for your dad.
It is indeed Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Only it has absolutely nothing to do with Father's Day. Every day is Father's Day for my pop. Right, Pop? Yeah, I got the thumbs up.
Oh, well, every day he gets to spend with you, his whole value of a father is diminished. So,
What?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Different finger.
Okay, well, now that Angela's taking a sip of something, Angela, how have you been this week?
Super. My Spurs did super this week.
Your Spurs. Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yes.
I didn't know that you owned them.
Now, is that
I
game?
bought
Is
them
that
over the
series,
week.
is that series over yet? Has the final game been played yet?
It'll be over tomorrow, which is Father's Day, and they're going to be here, and they're going to win. So.
Think you have to break air conditioning again to do things.
Oh, was the air conditioning broken in Miami this whole week? Is that why you guys got pounced, like record-breakingly pounced?
You know,
Ooh, trash talk.
Dirty pool. Game. I didn't see the last game because I don't remember. Were we on the road? We might have been on the road and missed it.
No, the format is 2-2-2-1. So 2 in San Antonio, 2 in Miami this past week, and then 2, if necessary, in San Antonio. So
where is the series right now? Is it
Well,
tied?
no,
are you
actually.
kidding?
I don't watch basketball, so give me a break.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody won, somebody lost, blah, blah, blah.
No, the problem is that somebody won, and somebody won, and somebody won.
And it wasn't you. It wasn't me either, let's be frank.
It's all good. This is just the reverse of last year, Angela, right? When I was giving you a hard time.
Well, last year the Spurs won too, so, I don't know if Miami's really going to get that chance. We'll see.
Well, let's move on to Sarah, who is in the dark. We see
I'm
a silhouette of Sarah.
I went to Milwaukee for work this week. Yeah, that's because my big window is back there.
Yeah.
But I went to Milwaukee this week for work, was on site with a customer, and I'd never been to Milwaukee before. I had driven through once, but we had dinner downtown on Tuesday night, and it's a really nice old city, like lots of historical buildings and stuff, so that was really cool, and we ate at a really amazing restaurant, so no complaints there.
And
And
a German restaurant?
yeah,
Was it what?
German restaurant?
No, it was called Bacchus, and it's owned by a restaurant group. There, they have several restaurants in the Milwaukee area, and it was like American food. I had Lego lamb; it was delicious.
I hope you
went
had
to a
some
great
wine.
German
Oh yeah,
restaurant
we had some wine. Yeah, we were on the corporate card, so we had some fun.
Living it up.
All right. Well, we're glad you're back safe and sound from Cheesehead Country.
Yes, Jeff, you would have loved the flight out because I bet visibility was less than 200 yards when we were taking off, and we got a couple minutes up into the air, and not even till the seatbelt sign comes off, and blue skies. It was so crazy.
I'll bet I would have enjoyed that.
Yes, couldn't see the planes on the tarmac near you. It was one of those kind of days.
Yeah, I think the less that I see, the less scared I am. So I like those additions.
Is that why you close your eyes when you're driving down the expressway?
Yeah, it's a lot easier and better. Hey, Steve, what's going on at not Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Not much.
I was in Oklahoma City yesterday. We just did at the very end of my trip. We flew from Atlanta to Oklahoma City and back. We weren't there in Oklahoma City, but 45 minutes. But the weather was absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't
Yes.
believe it was June. It was about 11 o'clock your time,
Uh-huh.
and it was like 68 degrees or 70. It was just dry. It was like, this can't be Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's been unusual. It was 55 degrees yesterday morning, and it's beautiful. I drove with the windows down once I got off the expressway, and it was really nice. And we have to take these days when we get it because we know that next month it's going to be 100 degrees.
But I mean, how often do you have those kind of temperatures in Oklahoma in this time of year? It must be global warming.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and people are starting to complain a little bit because the lakes haven't warmed up enough where you can swim comfortably. So that's not really our own recreation in the summer is going to the lake.
Yeah, don't worry. They'll heat up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then they'll be complaining about how darn hot it is.
I just can't imagine swimming in those cold lakes anymore. We swim in the Gulf Stream where it's like bath water. So
well, it gets that way. Come July, August, the water temperature is like 80 degrees. I mean, it's really can get really warm, but it takes a while to warm up. And we've had enough rain, which is unusual, that everything's starting to fill up. It's really unusual for us.
Excellent. So are you guys, I know in general, most of everybody here on the panel are not really huge sports fans, except for Angela and the basketball thing.
I'm a big college sports fan. Pro,
I like
really care about
Notre Dame football, the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, that's right. What am I saying?
Yeah.
I like going to sporting events to eat.
Me too. So has anybody been watching? I know we talked a little bit about it right at the beginning, the soccer thing going
World Cup. Yeah, I caught a couple World Cup games yesterday, and I'll watch them today. And England plays at 5 o'clock tonight. And so pretty excited about watching that game. They're playing Italy, so that should be a good match. And then the U.S. plays Ghana at 6 o'clock Eastern time on Monday. So let's hope that we win that one.
Let's hope. Let's be real.
Yeah, I've heard that we don't really have much of a chance, do we? A snowball's chance?
No, but
I have a colleague that's from Ghana, and all he does is just look at me and snort and laugh. And
hey, listen, we can hope. We have to hope. It's for our country.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul, right?
Exactly.
We're faithful people, and we believe in miracles.
Yeah, soccer is a silly game.
Especially with soccer.
All right, well, that's enough about soccer then. So I'm going to leave it to, let's see, I think Angela has something that she'd want to bring up about talking about on Catholic Weekend.
Well, I was just saying before the show that there's been a lot of sad news this week. We heard about the Islamic extremists rising up in Iraq, and the Christians have been fleeing. Of course, that's been happening for a while because they've been threatened for over a long period of time, over years. But unfortunately, it's become really, really drastically violent. And the Iraqi government is asking just the normal citizens, just take up arms and start fighting. And I don't know, it's very sad. Obviously because of the Christian situation, but just in general. So there was that, and then of course Syria is still going through a rough time, and Pope Francis has been talking about child labor and trafficking a lot this week. So yeah, just a lot of really tough stuff this week.
You didn't mention the priest that was murdered in Arizona.
Right.
That's really shocking too. I mean, he was 29 years old, I think.
Yeah, he was really young.
And just ordained a year ago, or a little over a year ago, or maybe was it 2? But
yeah,
still
it was like
a baby
2, 3
priest.
maybe, but still, yeah.
Do they have any idea why?
It was a robbery, right?
I think
Or a
so.
burglary.
A car, maybe something. But there's something I read a little blurb this morning, and the two priests that were, well, the one that was killed and the one that was injured, they're both part of the FSSP, the Fraternity of St. Peter, the Latin Rite fraternity, and they traditionally have their parishes in lower income areas, and apparently this one was in a lower income area too, so a higher crime rate, and it may have just been a crime of opportunity or something. I don't know.
Friend of the show, Billy Newton, posted an article that had something that, it got a little dusty in the room when I read it. The priest who's injured managed to hear the confession and give, last rites to the priest who was dying, as he was dying. I just, oh my gosh, amazing. Just amazing that he was, after him also being injured is, has the wherewithal to hear this other priest's confession and to give him, his last rites. Perfect way to, let the other man go in peace.
Mm-hmm. That's something that he'll carry with him the rest of his life, is that experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Catholic Weekend is your place every weekend to come and hear all this nice, cheery news. Okay, well, I'm not going to ask Angela for what she wants to talk about next time. Just kidding. So, do we have any happy news anywhere?
Well, I kind of had some happy news, I guess.
What?
Well, it's sort of an interesting experience, really. During the month of June, I've been playing in the Stillwater Community Band, which is Stillwater's a college town about 60 miles west of here. So I've been driving over back and forth a couple of times a week, for rehearsals, and we had a concert on Thursday night. And that went pretty well, but afterwards, as the crowd was dispersing, I saw this elderly gentleman, and he was standing next to the curb, and he was hanging onto this signpost. And he was looking and kept looking up and down the street, and he's obviously waiting for his ride. And I could tell that he had mobility issues. He couldn't stand very well and things like that. So when his wife pulled up in her car, I offered my shoulder for him to lean on so he could get to the car and step down off the curb and everything like that. And I had a chance to talk with him, and it was just fascinating because it was just a chance encounter. But he was a veteran of Incheon during the Korean War, and so he was a veteran. And so I got to just speak with him just a little bit, and his wife was really nice and everything. But it was just kind of nice to encounter somebody out of the blue that you can have respect for because of the sacrifices they made for the country. Incheon was a famous series of battles during the Korean War that was noted for the brutal winter that they had to go through and things like that. So it was just a chance encounter that I really appreciated.
That's cool. Well, Steve mentioned...
You're a good guy.
Yeah, you are a good guy. And since you mentioned something about today being Flag Day.
Yeah, it's a holiday that honors the adoption of the U.S. flag back in 1770 something. I don't know, something.
Well, you know what that means. It's time for the Catholic Weekend Flag Day quiz.
Yes.
Great. Oh no.
Great.
Oh no.
Okay, which of the following is not a nickname for the U.S. flag? Old Glory, Stars and Stripes, Stars and Bars, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Stars and Bars.
Stars and Bars. Let's see. Right. Stars and Bars refers to the first national flag of the Confederate States of America.
Whoa, that's why it's so familiar to me.
I know. I was like, wait, I've heard of that.
Oh,
Thank you.
Steve gets a flourish.
Yeah. True or false?
I'm a vexillologist.
That's a flag person?
Study a flag.
Ah.
Person studies flag.
Do you guys watch Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, they had the podcast, making fun of podcasters.
They do. They make fun of podcasters with, what's the name of Sheldon's show? Fun with Flags?
Yeah, fun with flags.
It's so funny, and he decorates their apartment with all these flags behind him. Okay.
Yeah, that's a great episode. I love it.
And he has special guests on. It's so funny.
That was a good episode. True or false? Betsy Ross helped design and make the first official U.S. flag.
True.
I'm going to go with false.
Yeah, I don't think that was her.
False.
She might have
The story of Betsy Ross's
done part
involvement in the
of
first
it.
The story of Betsy Ross's involvement in the first official U.S. flag was first told by her grandson in 1870. There is no documentary support for it. Oh well. Which of the facts these
Hold
facts
on.
concerning Francis
Where's my,
Scott?
hold on. No, stop. Stop the train.
Oh, okay. And Maria, she got it right.
Okay. You make me now.
All right, let's go with the next question. Got a little timpani in the background. Which of the facts concerning Francis Scott Key and the Star-Spangled Banner are not true? The original title was The Defense of Fort McHenry. 2. He saw the flag as Washington, D.C. burned. 3. The flag Key saw had 15 stripes. And 4. It became the national anthem in 1931. So
B.
again, B, he saw the flag as Washington, D.C. burned?
B. That's false.
Okay, you said that's wrong. Okay, let's see. Yep,
I
you're
go
right.
with Steve.
Steve is correct again.
I was like, sure.
Duh, Fort McHenry's in Baltimore.
Let's just
Okay.
agree that Steve is going to win this whole thing.
Yeah,
Well,
I know,
I won't
Steve.
answer the next one.
Fun with flags.
Okay, aboard the British ship HMS Tonnant, Francis Scott Key watched the bombardment of Fort McHenry during the Battle of Baltimore in 1814. Okay, smarty pants.
I won't answer the next one.
Okay, here we go.
Unless
Next
nobody
question. How
cares.
long should flags be lowered to half staff or half mast when a president dies? So how many days? 1 day, 30 days, 14 days, or it depends on the president. No, 10 days. So you got 1, 30, 14, or 10. So let me get the little thing going here so we can think about it. Oh, here's some good music. I mean, good.
14? I'm going to say 14.
Yeah, I say
I'm
14.
going to go with 30.
All right. Let's see. The answer is wrong. Let's see. The flag is lowered for 30 days after the death of the president.
Maria.
Maria gets a flourish.
Okay.
Go.
Days after the death of the vice president. The vice president only gets 10 days. So, Maria Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a good thing we don't have to worry about that this week because HW managed his parachuting successfully on his 90th birthday.
Right? This guy. Did you see? Did you see Billy's socks?
Yeah.
For people who don't know, well, I guess Billy does too, but HW loves his socks. He's got some crazy socks, that guy.
Why
I think
not?
I kind of heard what you said. You were kind of
Absolutely
Skyping out a little bit.
Oh.
She said that he has really great socks. So one thing that HW is famous for these days is that he always wears really fun socks with really bold patterns and crazy things on them. And so Billy wore some amazing socks in honor of his birthday.
Well,
So-
that
so-
deserves.
Yeah,
a round of
that's what I
applause.
said.
So I was wondering
Yes.
when I heard about this. So President Bush, he can't walk anymore. He doesn't have the use of his legs. So I would love to have had that conversation when he says, Barbara, I'm turning 90, and for the last, when I turned 80 and 85 and jumped out of a plane. I kind of like to do that again. I'd love to have heard that conversation.
So we're finding now that Steve is good at history, but not so great at math.
Why would I say?
Well, I think you just said he turned 80 in 85.
No,
He jumped out of a plane at 80 and 85, and now at 90.
Nice.
Who's the one
Jeff's
with
not
poor
good at
listening
listening.
skills?
Well, I admit that I didn't say that clearly.
It was my fault. I have
Well, if I
cotton
can
ears.
jump in on the Flag Day thing because of the bandwidth issue, I thought that what Steve said was that we were celebrating B-flat Day.
Wow.
B flat?
B flat.
Yes, let's have a B flat. No. Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, go B flat. And of course, next week it's
See?
concert C.
Or it's B flat day in Kansas every day.
Oh, here's something interesting. What's the
Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, how about what's the frequency for an A?
440 hertz.
Okay. Now, I heard this, and I don't know if this is true or not, but there is some famous orchestra somewhere, and I'm trying to remember which one it is now, that uses a 435 or 430A or something.
That's true.
Which one is that?
Well, 440 wasn't a standard, and so back in Beethoven's day, they tuned things differently, and so an A was actually a bit lower than what we call an A now. So if you want to hear, there is an orchestra, I don't know who it is, but they retune their instruments to be more in line with the way the tuning was done in Beethoven's day. I think it's Beethoven. So that the music will sound more like.
It may have been the Austrian. What's the Austrian? Vienna.
The Vienna Symphony.
Maybe that's the one. That makes sense.
We've entered the ultimate nerd fest.
This is interesting to me. It really is.
Yeah.
So
We're dropping out like flies now.
well, let me ask you this then: if what does that do for people that have perfect pitch?
Drives them absolutely crazy.
Well, I would say to have a lower A, you are kind of being either, you could call yourself a music snob, a music nerd, or a music hipster. And then everybody else is just,
Wrong.
I don't know, mainstream.
Well, I'm going to start.
They do the same thing with instruments. The instruments that people play today are different than the ones they played back then. So there are orchestras that will, specialize in traditional instruments so that they can hear the music the way it was written.
None of them guitars.
Speaking of nerds, we have a couple music nerds in our chat room apparently, because when I did that tone there, Lynn says that wasn't a B flat, Jeff.
Well, she's an organist, so I trust
You would know.
Yeah.
Yes, you would know.
Well, come on, did you really think that I was just going to pick a B flat out of the air like that? Come on. All right. You want to hear any more questions about Flag Day, or are we over?
Yeah, I
Flag
like
Day?
the Flag Day questions. Let's
Okay.
keep going.
Go back to
I like the music.
yeah. let's
Ooh.
play this. All right. Alvin Shipwreck Kelly, pictured at the right, well, you don't get to see his picture, was famous for what activity having to do with flags? Flag folding contests, flagpole sitting, flag burning, or anthem singing? Again, his name is Alvin Shipwreck Kelly.
I'm just going to go with
We gotta
flagpole
go.
sitting.
Flag what?
Flagpole
sitting?
sitting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sure,
go with
why
that.
not?
You know what? You are... Come on, play.
I'm like, wait, am I wrong?
How's that for suspense?
Yeah,
Kelly
that
was
was...
Kelly was a stunt actor who helped kick off a flagpole sitting fad in the late 20s. Personal record was 49 days. Wow. So in 1929 in Atlantic City.
Ooh, look out below.
All right. According to
See you guys at the poll.
oh, so how do you feel about it? Well, I'm on the fence on that.
Angela's look of consternation as she processed that one.
Well, I'm eating here, so.
Well, he could have fallen off the pole.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Okay. According to the U.S. Flag Code, the U.S. flag should never be used as clothing, raised quickly, destroyed by burning, or flown at night.
Is this a
Flown
true
at
false?
night.
I think it's clothing.
Well, no, you can fly it at night if you have lights on it.
Yeah, I think if you light it, you can fly it at night.
Yeah, well, that was not very clear in.
No, I
Well,
think it's
clothing.
is this one of these is not
Yeah.
true?
Yeah, which
Well,
a
what was
flag
A and B
should-
again?
The burning
Okay,
one is not.
According to the U.S. flag, the U.S. Flag Code, the U.S. flag should never be used as clothing, raised
That's cool.
quickly, destroyed by burning, or flown at night. I think it's used by
I
clothing.
think it's A. Yeah.
Yeah.
But clothes-
I think that Maria is saying yes, clothing, and
I think it was-
we're going to go ahead and give it.
Yay.
Oh, you can't hear me? Do you remember in the 70s when people started wearing the
The
flag?
shirts.
Yeah,
It was. I remember that it was a big outrage.
yeah, but it became allowed because of free speech. the
Yeah.
First Amendment.
Nevertheless, and now our sports people wear the flag as their uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh, true
It's not very
story.
respectful, but
Which is wrong,
it's allowable, but
especially
not
the
respectful.
Spurs.
What? Excuse me.
Especially like the U.S. men's swimming the diving team with those little speedos.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh yeah, the flagpole.
No.
Oh, sorry.
We went there.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
U.S.
Oh.
Code: the flag should be hoisted briskly, may be
Stop.
destroyed by burning, and may be flown at night if illuminated.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm trying to get us off the flagpole and the speedo. If a flag touches the ground, must it be destroyed? Yes or no? If a flag touches the ground, must it be destroyed?
No.
I say no.
No. No. While the U.S. Code states that the flag should never touch anything beneath it, the flag should only be destroyed when it is no longer a fitting emblem for display.
Yes.
So there you go. Okay, which of these statements about the iconic photograph? Remember at Iwo Jima, Iwo Jima, raising the flag on Iwo Jima by Joe Rosenthal is false. Which one of these statements about this iconic photograph is false? It won a Pulitzer the year it was published. Likely the most reproduced photo ever. Rosenthal posed the shot, and photo shows second flag raising of the day. So which of these is wrong? Won a Pulitzer, likely the most reproduced photo ever. Rosenthal, the guy that took the photo, posed the shot, and photo shows second flag raising of the day.
Oh, my heart wants to say that it was not posed.
I think it was
I think it was
Yeah,
posed
I think
too. I feel like
so.
I learned
Well,
that.
just a
I
couple
know
years
it was
ago.
the second. I know it was the second raising of it, but I don't know if it was posed.
Yeah, a misunderstanding gave rise to the false notion that Rosenthal had posed the photo. Oh, so no, it wasn't.
Correct. So I guess Steve's right. Big
Yeah.
surprise.
Again.
Wow, I
Shocker.
thought you were supposed to play, Steve.
This is why people ask me to be on their trivia teams.
And this is why people ask not to play with him on board games.
Flourish. Flourish. Give the man the flourish.
Oh. Okay. Let me see if I can find that. Here we go. This is for Steve. That's enough.
Does anyone else feel like we're totally abandoning our non-American listeners?
Well, I mean, Catholic Weekend is we're all well. That's true. Sometimes we have.
America.
All right. Well,
All right.
just pretend we're talking about your flag.
We could talk
about
about
the British
Father's
flag now.
Day, maybe, or
Okay.
something.
That's an
else.
American thing too.
I know, but
Yeah.
everybody has
But
a
there are
dad.
fathers everywhere, right?
Oh, I have a question then. So,
Okay.
should you say Happy Father's Day to your priest?
Yes.
I say,
Yeah, you gotta do
I
it.
just did this morning.
Well, I know, but it's always like, oh, well, he doesn't have any kids, so.
well, he's a spiritual father.
Sure he does. He's got thousands of children.
I know,
In
but
the-
it's a point of discussion.
In the absence of a Happy Shepherd's Day, I think that a Happy Father's Day is an appropriate thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree. I just thought I'd throw that out there for discussion, but obviously we all agree.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if our chat room has caught up to us yet.
I want to know what Father Corey thinks.
That's what I'm.
Does he
We're waiting for you
enjoy-
now, Father Corey, to say something
Does
in
he
the chat.
enjoy receiving Father's Day greetings, or does it make him feel awkward?
And we'll just wait for about 30 minutes, and we'll get the response.
I'll text him. Be like, Father.
So, last Sunday was Pentecost. Did your
Yeah.
church have any special celebrations? Anything extraordinary?
We had red flowers.
No?
I wore red pants, guys. I was really proud of myself.
The vicar at our church
Red
ran up. I'm sorry.
Yes.
The vicar at
They were
our.
fab.
I'm sorry. The vicar at our church ran up and down the aisle on fire. That was kind of interesting. But nothing really out of the ordinary. No.
Well, it was we had lots. I went to the cathedral. I usually go on bigger feast days to the cathedral because the bishop will say mass, and it was, they had armies of people in red, so it was really cool.
Well, I'm sitting there and I look around and I see everybody wearing red, and I'm thinking, "Oh, you idiot! You forgot to wear red." Father Corey Stitcha.
We
Sarah, you were about to say
have
something.
an opinion. Father Corey, love him. I think all priests should be recognized as spiritual fathers, just as we should recognize spiritual mothers, godmothers, religious sisters, etc. on Mother's Day.
Yay.
Amen.
So the definitive answer. Thank you, Father Corey. So it wasn't 30 minutes, it was only 10. Okay. So you know what? We're going to do a short show today because we, after the show ends, are going to have a short board meeting at the StarQuest Production Network. So, based on that, I know you guys want to find more fun facts about Flag Day and Father's Day, but sorry, we're going to have to play this, and we'll move on with our picks of the week. All right. Now, Maria was so upset about us switching to the picks of the week that she has left. Oh no, there she is. Okay, Maria, why don't you go first?
I will go first. My pick of the week is Magnificat magazine. I don't subscribe to it because I like to go down to the monastery to buy it from our good and happy monks down at the Monastery of the Holy Spirit. But it's just a nice accompaniment to me, and I'm traveling, so I'm not traveling with all my usual stuff. So I just tuck the magazine into my backpack, and I'm set to go with the day's readings and morning prayer for me.
Excellent.
That's it.
I've had subscriptions to that over time.
Oh, we're just a little bit of a lag, so we're just waiting for all the words to catch up.
Okay.
So the Magnificat is your pick of the week?
That is correct.
And I would add also, and so because I don't have a pick of the week, my pick of the week is the electronic version. So if you have a subscription to Magnificat, the magazine, you can also use the online version and get it on your portable device as well. So what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome.
Thank you. Me too. It is awesome, actually. So thank you, Maria. And let's go with Angela.
Since I don't really, there's no like one thing that has stood out to me this week, like object. I'm gonna pick my dad. He is pretty amazing person. He grew up without a dad, and he told me when I was young that because he didn't have a dad, he adopted God the Father as his father, and so he has just been a great role model for me. Taught me basketball and music, and and the most important thing is he passed on the Catholic faith to me. So, thanks, Dad.
Excellent. Well, how do we outdo that one?
That's awesome. That's really terrific.
Okay, let's just end the show. Thanks everybody for joining us today on Catholic Week. No. Okay, great. So let's see. How about Steve? Let's go. Let's have a have a guy in here.
Okay. My pick of the week is an article that I just sort of caught my notice. It's on the alatea.org website, and the title of it is "The Pope Believes in Evolution," and it's a pretty good article about the difference between sort of the atheist view of evolution and the fundamentalist view of evolution, and how the Catholic Church is kind of in the middle. You know, it doesn't see faith and evolution as being mutually exclusive. It's a pretty interesting article. Excuse me. And so the link is in the show notes. But I found it really kind of fascinating, that article.
Excellent. Well, and people that are new to the Catholic faith will often find that the faith and science and scientific theories are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they work quite well together. So, thank you, Steve. I look forward to reading that. And Sarah, how about yourself?
I have a really cool pick of the week.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
There is a now priest. He was ordained on May 31st. He was a deacon for over 20 years. He really cool. Like, I love this story so much. So I read it this week. Father David Coxon was deacon, but now Father David was just ordained. The reason why that he was a deacon for 20-something years was because his parents fell ill right after he was ordained a deacon, 1 year from becoming a priest, and he stepped back to take care of his family for that period of time until his mother passed away in 2007. So he had to go through seminary all over again to just be ordained a priest. And it's just a really cool story. He knew when he was 15 that he wanted to be a priest. He knew actually before that. I think he said that on the day that he got his first communion was the day that he knew that he wanted to be a priest. And when he was 15 years old, he was in a really bad car wreck with his sister. And in order to save his life, his sister threw herself out of the car to save him. I'm not sure all the logistics of it, but anyways, his sister, died to save him so that he could become a priest. And so his parents, raised a bunch of money to help cover the costs of his sister's funeral and all of this, many years ago. He's 63 years old now. And so his parents bought for him, and he is now using as a priest, a chalice that was purchased for him by his parents 48 years ago.
Wow.
They bought it when he was 15 with the money the family received as memorial gifts for his sister. And so now here he is, finally, 48 years later, after his parents bought him this chalice, becoming a priest. I think it's the coolest vocation story ever.
What is his name, Sarah?
Father David Coxon, and he is in Louisville.
Okay, well, Father David Coxon, happy Father's Day from Catholic Weekend.
Read the whole story. I didn't really tell it super well, but the link will be up in the show notes, and grab a tissue because I think it's the coolest vocation story I've ever read. And so he has such a cool attitude about it. When asked about, how long it's taken to become a priest, he goes, "I've spent many years caring for my family, and I've spent my life since my first Holy Communion preparing for the priesthood. I never wavered in my desire to become a priest. When these earthly responsibilities were fulfilled, I began in earnest to experience my final journey to the priesthood. I'm right on schedule."
Excellent.
I just love that so much.
Yeah, that's terrific.
What a great story. Okay.
So it's a happy story to counteract all the
story.
sad stuff that we had. It's just such a cool story.
Oh, and by the way, Lynn is correcting me.
It is.
I guess
It is a beautiful.
I'm mispronouncing Father Corey's last name. How do you pronounce Father Corey's last name?
Stika, isn't it?
Stika? Okay. Sorry, Father Corey.
Stika.
Father Corey
With a
S. In the chat room. Yes, Maria?
You've been mispronouncing his name all along.
I love
it's
this.
Korai.
Maria's speechless.
Father Korai.
Okay. Well, with that, let's end the show and talk about, let's see, Angela. We have inspiredangela.wordpress.com.
Yes, indeed.
All right. And another cup of coffee from Miss Maria Johnson in Miami.
Oh, it's Mariah.
Oh, Mariah. comments and.
Ego. Follow me at Ego.
Beego. B-E-E-G-O. No, B-E-E-G-O. And
Beego,
Sarah is the
Beego.
Catholic drinky.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Catholic drinky.
Watch how you say that second word there, champ.
And finally, and not least, is Mr. Steve and everything East
Esteban.
Com.
Everythingesteban.com. Yes.
Esteban. Oh, you had to say with a V, not a B?
No, it's just a very light B. in Spanish.
Okay.
It's not
Light B.
Esteban. Esteban.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, everybody, thanks again for joining us this week on Catholic Weekend. I think we all had a good time. I did anyway. So hope everybody has a great week this week, and we'll see you back here again next week for Catholic Weekend. Oh, by the way, just quickly, Pat Padley, some of you may know Pat, and I will be in Charlotte midweek Wednesday for the Catholic Press Association's, I think that's the name of it, Catholic Press Association's Catholic Media Conference, representing the StarQuest Production Network. So please keep us in your prayers, and we'll maybe report from there, or maybe I'll record something and we can talk about it next week. And also next week, we may have some reporters on location in Atlanta at the Eucharistic Congress, correct?
Correct.
All right. Excellent. So look forward to next Saturday, and take care, and God bless. Bam. Yay.
Yay.
All right. So hate to stop the broadcast and recording and all that kind of stuff so abruptly, but Father
Bye.
is wanting to get this done quickly.
Okay.
So
All right.
thanks, everybody, and look forward to seeing you again next week.
Don't forget to take it off live.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Bye-bye.
Bye.